You know what?
Definitely easier.
It's way
easier.
You think it's easier to be a provider?
Do you have kids?
Oh wow.
I don't think so, because it depends on the situation. But man has to have this. He has to be a provider, to take care of the woman, of the child.
So, do you think it's easier to be a provider or to?
I'm not saying it's easier, but it's hard. It's also hard.
Okay, but what's harder?
I would say like juggling with being like, I won't say housekeeper.
Would you rather be a man or a woman?
Man.
I'd rather be a man.
You'd rather be a man?
Yes.
How many of you would rather be a man? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, I have my reasons, but
You'd rather be a man too?
Only because I don't have to like get all prepped up and before I step out the door.
Who do you think lives a harder life, men or women?
Women.
I would say.
All right, raise the hands. Hold on. Raise the hands if you think men live a harder life than women. 3. Yeah, and y'all want to live a harder life, I guess?
I want to have full autonomy of who I am. I want to be able to make my own decisions. If I have to work harder for that, then I will work harder for that.
Okay.
I want to be able to like.
How many of you think, and then real quick, how many of you think women live a harder life than men do? Raise your hands. Only 1?
2.
2?
3.
3? So 3 of you think that. So, okay, ladies, let's make this very simple.
Okay.
Raise your hands nice and high if you think it's easier to live life as a man than as a woman. You think it's easier to live life as a man?
Yes.
You 3.
Oh, yes. It is
okay, well, nice and high, so I get an idea here. Right, nice and high.
So there's 4.
4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
okay.
we're divided.
Okay. So it's half and half, and then the other half you think it's easier to live life as a woman.
Yes.
Okay. Why do you think it's easier to live life as a man?
Because we women go through a lot of changes, like physical changes, to give birth, to do so many.
Who chooses to give birth?
Us.
Okay.
But that's like it's harder for us. We have to take care of ourselves more. We have to be more calm. We have to be a providers for our own if we want to, of course.
No.
If the man is not there, but we also have to deal with all these.
But do you
things
have to be a provider?
For ourselves? Yes.
No, but
of
do you
course.
have? But do you have to be a provider though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How else are we gonna live?
Yeah, because if you haven't
Not
find that
really.
man, or
Right.
if the man doesn't provide for you, you still gotta provide for
Well,
yourself.
who picks the man though?
Yeah. Who chooses the men?
But whatever happens in life until you find that man, you have to be your own provider, and you have to deal with your issues, with your changes, with your hormonal things, with having to take care of yourself for like later on have a baby and stuff like that. Like we're more delicate, so we have to take care extra
Okay.
care for us and our men.
Who else thinks men live? You did too, right? Why do you think men live easier than women?
That's very simple.
Why?
Russia.
Yeah, because women are very emotional, and lots of women, they want like a stable relationship, but men, they just like Netflix and chill. And I'm not saying everyone, but young men, they want to commit, but women, yes, normally like 90% of women, I think they want to commit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how many men do women want to commit with?
So
Again, sorry.
You're saying most women want to commit, right?
Right.
But women have standards, right?
They have standards, right? Of course.
Do you think most men reach those standards?
They don't.
Oh.
Not everyone. Not everyone.
So would it be fair to say that women want to commit to a small percentage of men?
Not small. No, like everybody has their type. Everybody expects something, That's not funny.
No, it is funny.
No, that's not funny.
It is very funny because women want a certain demographic of men.
Every woman has different standards.
Yeah.
Yes, but most of those standards, most men don't have.
How you know that?
Right.
Because I've talked to a lot of women and I know what women want. Most women don't want an average man.
But you're not a woman.
Yeah,
That's
but we follow you
irrelevant.
guys.
So you can't know. And I'm saying a different woman have this different standards.
You don't have to be a woman to understand women. I would argue.
No, you have to be woman.
No, you don't.
No.
Because here's the difference between men and women. Men have to understand women to attract them. Women don't have to understand men to attract them.
Yeah, because men.
Wait, hold on. Let me make this clear. Tonight, you'll probably go to the club, right? Will men come up to you and talk to you?
I'm not going to the club.
Okay. Well, if you went to the club or if you're on the internet, whatever, men come and approach you, correct?
Sure, because they see what they like and they go for it.
Yes.
Shelly?
But he has to take you on a date. He has to impress you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So wouldn't it be fair to say for him to plan the date, take you out, make you feel good, etc., he has to understand you?
Yes, but normally man doesn't do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So even less men understand. But for a man to be successful, he has to understand a woman, right?
I guess, yeah.
But for a woman to be successful, she doesn't have to understand a man because the man comes to her, right?
Depends on man, you know. It really depends on man. If he going for looks, then yes. But he is not going for looks. He has also some standards, you know.
You're missing my point. What I'm trying to say is that men must understand women to attract them. Women don't have to understand men to attract them.
But women
keep them,
women
yeah.
have to understand men to keep them.
True.
Yeah.
But you at least get your foot in the door, is my point.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't even
but-
we don't even get a chance unless we understand y'all.
I know, but I mean, do you want that? Like, would you rather trade the moment for the longevity? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, would you rather be okay? For example, a man talks to a woman, right?
Yeah.
He gets her, he fucks her,
Yeah.
and then he can go about his day or whatever,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay, and then never talk to that woman again, and she's clearly still in her feelings about it, right?
Okay.
So like imagine you having those emotions and it's like hormonal too. So sometimes we can't even like really help.
Yeah, but you're discounting all the work it took the man to sleep with the girl.
Let's be real. Like there's so many unwanted kids in this era that we know that it is really not that hard for
Okay.
men
For
to
a
sleep with
man to
women.
have sex with a woman, it actually is hard. You just don't know it because you're a female. It actually it's very difficult for men to have sex with women. And if you don't believe me,
Maybe
look at pornography. Look at
some men.
OnlyFans.
It's
A majority
difficult.
of men absolutely struggle with getting women.
Yeah.
You know, okay. You guys don't believe me? How many guys approach you and are weird when they approach you?
95%.
Oh, that's a majority, isn't it?
Oh,
I mean-
Awkward. Don't know how to speak to you.
Catfish.
Make you feel creepy. Most guys that you look on Tinder and Bumble, you probably swipe left on them. You probably don't find them attractive. Most men are virtually invisible to most women.
That is true. You have to have
I-
like something really beautiful to
you
get
know
you
what,
to talk
Lauren?
to.
I actually have Shelly. He actually brought the girl and the Russian girl and the girl next to Fresh on a panel. So Shelly, did you have to approach him? Like, tell me how you approached him.
The Russian lady, I approached her because she has nice nails and she looks good from far.
Okay,
you know? So I let her know about what I do and why am I approaching her. And then I told her about the podcast and here we are.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Simple as that. Nice tits and nails.
Thank you.
Modesty. I use
Chris, just shut up, bro.
It was unnecessary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, going back to what I was saying as far as like the women living life easier, because you're saying that it's harder to be a woman than a man, correct? That's what you were saying before.
Yeah.
And you're saying because emotional and you said right your period.
Women are more emotional. Yeah.
So you think that's harder?
It is harder. And you know, other thing is that
But who
women are
controls their
getting
emotions?
one moment. Women are getting older faster than men.
Okay.
You know, when a man is getting older, they like look better, and woman is just getting older and she's not like attractive anymore. Like she can be attractive, but men are always going like mostly men are
younger.
going for younger women.
Okay. But does that make life harder or that you have more opportunities earlier in life?
It really depends, but I think it makes like for men or for women.
For women.
For women, harder to find a partner.
Yeah, but I think women have more opportunities to find a partner.
Not a
Young
decent
woman
one.
or
Yes,
older
young woman,
woman?
yeah.
Younger, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's what I am saying. Men are going for younger women.
okay, but here's my question. If a woman becomes 30 years old and she doesn't have a man, whose fault is that?
It's nobody's fault.
It's her fault.
No, it's not her fault.
Why not?
Maybe men just were playing with her.
But then she didn't pick the right guy.
Yeah.
Let me
and
ask you a question.
he was manipulated.
Let me ask you a question. If I give you $1 million when you're 18 years old, and then by 30 years old, you're poor, whose fault is it?
It's
That the same analogy.
I'll explain that in a second.
I
But
mean,
if I give you $1 million at 18 years old, and then by 30 years old, you're poor, whose fault is it?
Why should I be poor at 30s?
That's a good question. So if you're poor at 30 years old, whose fault is it that you lost the money?
But if you give me money, why should I lose that money?
That's my
I'll
point.
get an apartment, you know.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is, if you're 18 years old, right, and I give you $1 million, and then by 30 years old you're poor, it's your fault. That's what happens with women. Women get their value up front when they're 18 years old. If you don't find a man by the time you're 30, when you were given $1 million, you've wasted your money. You didn't invest it properly. You didn't pick the right guy. You didn't get married. So here's the difference between men and women. Women get their $1 million up front. Men have to earn their $1 million, and they might not get it. At least you get the $1 million up front. So if you're not able to find a guy, it's your fault. So I would argue women live life a lot easier than men do because men have to earn their value. Women don't.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Only because, like, you're right as far as you getting the value up front. I don't think women fully understand their value until they're like 25.
Again, whose fault is that?
I'm not saying it's anyone's fault because there's beauty standards, there's the media, there's everyone from a young age telling these women, this is how you're supposed to be, this is how you're supposed to look, da 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 da. Anybody who doesn't fall within that, they think that they are now less than. And I understand that because I also do think personally that men have it a little harder than women because at any point in time, my entire life, I could get support from somebody.
Yes.
Like I could call my mom. I could call all these women around me to huddle up and like help me. Like, hey, I'm going through a mental health crisis right now. I need you. Come right now. I could get 15 people to come with me right now to help me. But even though, like, yes, I did have my value at 18, it took me until just now to realize, like, girl, you got this. You have all of this. You can do this.
Go,
you
queen.
can be like this. 18-year-old me, 17-year-old me, 20-year-old me was just like, this is a ugly, stupid woman who is just trying to figure out everything in the world. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't know how to do anything. And all these men who are coming at me are wrong. They're wrong and stupid because they like me and they're wrong for it. That's just my
the reality is that if you don't know your own worth, then that's your problem. The thing is that we don't really hold women accountable for their mistakes. If you don't understand that, hey, I have more value at 18 and it takes you 7 years to realize that, well, you wasted 7 years. You know, if I give you $1 million and you don't invest it until you're 25, well, you fucked up. You could have had some compound interest and you could have, you know, cashed out sooner and gotten a better deal, but you didn't. So my thing is this, you know it, right? Women have a finite amount of time to make things happen, but at least you get the value up front. Mother Nature gives you your gifts up front. Father Time takes it away. So if Father Time takes it away, that's on you for not, you know, doing what you're supposed to do. And then you were saying, oh, a woman has to be a provider. I disagree. I think women have the privilege of choosing to be a provider or not be a provider. Men don't have that choice. Men have to be a provider, at least to be able to get a girl to some degree. You have to be able to show that you can provide. So I think women live a way easier life than men do in 2023. Do you have anything else, Miss Russia, that you disagree with as far as like women living easier?
I'm just saying, yeah, you're right that if a woman doesn't have a man until she turns 30, yeah. But like when a man is 30 years old and he doesn't have a woman, he has more opportunities to get a woman.
Yeah.
Than a woman.
But you're missing the part that the man has to work to get those opportunities.
Still.
Women don't have to work to get their opportunities. Men have to work. A man comes up to you and asks you on a date, right? And then he has to court you, impress you, take you somewhere nice, talk to you, make you feel comfortable. He has to do all the work in the beginning. What work do women have to do in the beginning? Virtually
having
nothing.
to deal with the person.
And yeah.
Having to what?
Having to deal with the guy.
But
That's
if you
what-
like him, then why are you dealing with him? Like,
yes, you're right. You're right.
You like him, so
But
it's not a
that's-
burden.
Yeah, true.
But he's got to impress you. He's got to talk to you, make you feel comfortable, take you on a good date.
True.
Right? Women really don't have to do much in the beginning. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Because men are going for looks.
I feel like a hypocrite.
Men are going for looks. If he likes how woman looks, he will approach her. If he doesn't like, he will not approach her.
Yeah, he'll approach, but he still has to put the work in, though.
That's the first step, though.
Yeah.
And women are not normally making a first step. Like if she see an attractive man, she will
I
not
get that.
make a first step.
But what I'm trying to say is that men have to do everything from the beginning, and men have to do most of the work when it comes
That's
to
right.
relationships.
Yeah.
Men have to provide value. Women don't. A woman can be pretty and find the man. A man can't do that. So
I
you're
agree
saying,
with that.
oh, at 30 years old, he has more options, but you're saying that as if it's easy. He has to work to be able to get those options.
But y'all don't find your purpose. Like, okay, like let's just take like the whole woman out of the equation,
Sure.
right? So like you don't want to be successful in your own right. Just like without the women and shit, like the women or just having women in general, you don't want to just be successful, like have money, have your like be able to provide for at least yourself.
Of course, but they're missing the point that it's mandatory.
I mean,
it's not
it is. You're definitely right.
A woman doesn't have to be successful. Success for a woman is elective. Success for a man is mandatory.
I agree with that, but I feel like in 2023, the only reason why that doesn't apply anymore is because shit is so fucking expensive that it's like a lot of the times you need like a 2-person household, just 2-3 people just to like survive. You know what I'm saying? So like it's really difficult to have these conversations.
Which adds to my point even more. Success is mandatory as a man.
No, I'm saying that success is mandatory, but it's almost mandatory for a woman to actually have a job now. You know, like it absolutely has to, like, you absolutely have to be doing something for yourself.
You don't have to have a job to attract a partner.
But
as a female, that's my point.
No, I feel like that has changed.
A lot of guys watch your podcast too.
Do you think a guy's gonna go on a date with you and be like, "Oh, you major in like computer"? You go to Tulsa and you major in computer information systems. I'm not going to date you anymore.
I mean, definitely not. But like,
okay,
y'all be talking about looks and stuff, but that's for like the first or like the second date. After that, it's like, what do you do? What do you bring to the table? Blah, 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 blah.
That's their favorite thing to say now.
Yeah.
What you bring to the table.
It doesn't have to be monetary though.
Yes, it do.
Absolutely doesn't have to be monetary.
It does.
You pay for niggas?
Huh?
You pay for niggas?
I ain't saying that, but but hold on. Hold on. Look, whatever my man asks for, I will do. Right? I will give him the shirt off my back. If he asks for my last $20, I will give it to him. Right? That's not a cap at all. I really like it. But here's the thing. I love my man. Right? If you really love someone, just like here's the thing. If y'all love your mothers, right? Y'all love your kids.
I mean,
if you really, really, truthfully, and honestly love someone, you're going to take care of them, right? So he takes care of me, I take care of him.
Yeah, because what if he gets sick? What if he gets sick one time and you have nothing to like cover?
But that's your man, though.
But okay, yeah, exactly.
First interaction with somebody, you're not gonna just pay for them just because.
And I don't. And here's the thing: I think it's ridiculous for women to expect men to just be like, basically funding your whole life. Like, yes, a nice date would be nice. Yes, I think that is ridiculous. Yes. Like, be fucking realistic.
You and your guy live together?
No, we don't.
You don't? Okay. Does he make more money than you?
Yes, he does.
Does he pay for all the dates?
No, he doesn't. I've paid for trips out the country. Like,
yeah, but realistically speaking, who pays the majority of the lion's share of any type of bills or expenses?
The question.
He does, right?
Yeah, he does do it.
Okay. Now let's say you lost your job and you couldn't fund some of your trips or whatever. Do you think he would leave you?
No.
Okay. But if it was the other way around, you would absolutely probably question and or potentially leave him. That's my point.
And the reason why I wouldn't is because at the lowest. No. Hold on a second, right? Because again, genuine love goes a long way. At my lowest points, where I've literally been suicidal and stuff, it's not funny. I'm not laughing, really. Like when at my lowest points and stuff, like he's been there. Yeah, that means the world to me more than any fucking money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's fantastic. But that does not change the fact that if he was not in a position where he could provision for you, you would not take him seriously. That's my point.
No,
men, bro.
My man doesn't make more than me.
Like y'all be thinking women are so horrible, and some of us actually like but some of us actually like the people that we date, and some of us don't just be dating willy-nilly.
Just for money.
You know what I'm saying? Like we genuinely like the I love the person I'm with. He's one of my best friends.
Yeah, part of the reason why you love him is because of his ambition, his drive, and his ability to potentially provide security for you long term, which is why you're with him. If you lost his job, you lost his ambition, you wouldn't be with him. Like, and there's nothing wrong with admitting that. But women need to be able to like wake up and smell the coffee and realize like, yo, men and women are different. Women love opportunistically. They want men that do better than them in every regard because women want to be able to work electively and leave their job if they need be and have a guy that could take care of them. Now, does every girl get that? No. But if I lined up 100 girls and asked them, would you prefer for your man to be a provider and then you could stay at home and kind of work when you feel like it? Most women would want that. That's the truth. Men, on the other hand, I'm not going to disqualify a girl I go on a date with if she doesn't make money. But women will absolutely disqualify a man that they're going on a date with if he doesn't make money. We are not the same.
Can I ask you a question
We're
though?
not the same.
So like in reference to like what you just said about like, oh, if he had lost all his money or his ability to provide for me, I wouldn't be with him, right? So let's say you with a bad bitch, right? This bitch so bad, she does whatever she wants to do. She got a job, whatever, everything that you like, right?
Yep.
And then 2-3 years down the line, y'all got kids, but she gains 100-200 pounds. She's fat, she's sloppy, she don't do things anymore.
Yep.
Are you gonna still stick with her through it and make sure that are you gonna stick with her through it?
No, I kick her to the curb.
Nope.
Okay, so that's the equivalent of, you know what I'm saying, right? Because it's like, that's not what I signed up for. I'm doing
I accept
this.
reality though.
Okay, so how is it bad that you wouldn't want to date someone who was sloppy, disgusting, and whatever?
That's a double standard.
No.
then.
Okay, so then I feel like it's still equal then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's the
Because it's
thing.
like
you're trying to see. You're trying to demonize it. I'm simply saying
I'm
that
not
women,
demonizing it.
Yeah, you are, because you're trying to give a functional equivalent to make it seem as if it's bad. I'm not knocking women for wanting a guy that makes more money than them. I'm not knocking a woman for not sticking by a guy when he doesn't make money. All I'm simply saying is that it exists, but women try to virtue signal online and say, oh, no, money doesn't matter. It absolutely matters. I have this quote. People don't like me saying it, but I'm going to say it anyway. All women are gold diggers. Some are just better at hiding the shovel. Some will say I want ambition. Some will say I want straight up money. Some will say I want a guy that's successful. Some will say I want a guy that's has drive. But the point is that women are always interested in a man's ability to create resources. It matters a lot. Men, on the other hand, we don't give a shit though. We don't care how much money you make in general.
Yeah,
you're never going to be disqualified as a woman. You're never going to be disqualified by making less money than a man. But a man will absolutely be disqualified if he makes less money than his woman sometimes. I would argue most women want a guy that makes more money than they do. If not, at least bare minimum the same as them or going to do better than them. That's just how it is. And we accept that.
Yeah.
Just like men want women that are beautiful.
I don't know.
It's okay.
I just feel like at the end of the day, if you're gonna be with someone that only provides for you financially, it's gonna be unhealthy for you at the end of the day.
Well,
and you're gonna end up getting sick
We're
of
not
him
saying
at the
only.
end of the day.
We're not saying only, but it's a very important
It's a
thing
huge
that women
factor.
look at when they date men.
Yeah.
And it's funny because
Yeah,
women will sit
but-
there and lie and say, oh, money isn't everything. Oh, well, it's a damn good down payment, though. It's very important how much a man earns and his status and his ability to provide security. Some girls might not put it, as important, but other women do. So we tell guys you got to make your money because women aren't going to sit there and provide for you long term, like a man will. If you lose your job, your guy ain't going nowhere. But if he loses his job, it's the time clock begins. You better get your shit together, buddy.
He straight up told me.
You know what's crazy? Girls mention all the time energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has good energy. It's going to work out.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, what if you want to have kids in the future or have a future together with this person?
Yeah.
Is energy going to pay the bills?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Wait.
Yeah, but if
I was gonna take care
you
of the
guys
kids.
both have good energy, it's gonna work out at the end of the day because you're gonna grow
It
through
never
that
works
shit.
out with just energy.
There's ups and downs.
Well, like with that energy, like
all the
Hold on.
time.
Hold on. Have you met people with energy before?
Huh?
Energy
you-
can mean good
Wait,
connection.
hold on, real quick. Have you yourself and people with energy before?
Have-
Good energy.
Yeah.
Where are they now?
they my nigga.
Oh,
Gone.
They're not getting a relationship.
That's what I thought.
No,
It doesn't always work
still
out
my
because of
man.
energy. You get what I'm saying?
No.
I'm telling you.
There's
because-
plenty of homeless guys downstairs that got great energy.
Yeah.
Nice guys. Yeah. I've
think
talked
it's
with
the
them.
drugs.
I've talked with them. Man. Great conversations.
I'm saying if the energy with you are like compatible, like you guys can like work through things. But like if you are like just with me because you're making a lot of money and then I have to like I'm not completely sure about you and then at the end of the day like there's gonna be problems about it.
I'm not
nothing's
saying
gonna
money's
work, like-
everything, but I am saying that
Yeah,
it's
you did say
important.
that.
It's very
Yeah.
important. I didn't say it's everything. I never did say it's everything. I said it's very important though. And if and women that sit there and say that it's not everything or it's not important are lying. Come on, man. You Colombian, bro. Stop lying. Like,
I'm
come on,
Colombian.
man.
That's okay.
Colombian girls are some of the most ruthless. Colombians and Russians are some of the most ruthless when it comes to broke boys, man.
But
Like-
like struggle love is it hit different.
Mm.
Struggle love hit
It hit
different.
Oh, you like struggle love?
I like love.
I'll
like
tell you what.
if I have to
Miss,
build
I want to
with
be able to
you-
be sad.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to be able to be sad. You
Yo.
wanna know why? Cause shit ain't always sweet all the time.
So you make more than your guy,
I do.
and you have a polygamous relationship,
I do.
Mm.
but you could do what you want though.
I mean, just as much as he could do what he wants.
If you hooked up with another guy, will he leave you?
Yes.
Interesting.
You know what else is different too?
What?
Then bills when you can't pay them. Swear to God.
I mean,
All this is talk is cap, bro.
Yeah.
When shit hits the fan, they ain't give a energy shit.
Yeah. Okay. So you do you still think that it's harder for
Oh, you
women?
understand that? You understand that part?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you still
Man.
think it's harder for women than men?
Yes.
How
You
so?
will not change my opinion.
Oh shit.
We just proved it. We just proved it with the age and
You
everything.
didn't prove me anything.
Oh shit.
I stick to my opinion.
Oh,
Mother
shit.
Russia.
Mother Russia. She's going in on you,
Well,
Lauren.
I think your
Got
opinion
your
is
ass.
incorrect because I would argue that men have higher depression rates. Men have commit suicide more. It's harder for men to get dates than it is for women. 90% plus of women since the beginning of time have been able to have children, but only 40% of men have been able to. 1 in 3 men is a virgin or hasn't had sex in a year. I would argue men have a way harder life than women do. You can go and get rescued by a guy. No one's going to come rescue a guy, though.
It's okay. I respect your opinion.
Especially in Russia.
I mean, these are all facts. Nothing of what I said is an opinion. That's all facts.
I have my facts.
What fact do you have?
I already told you.
What is the fact? What is the fact?
I'm not going to repeat myself. I already told you.
Oh shit. She told you.
You didn't really give a fact, though.
And she pointed
Do you
out
give
too.
a birth
She
to a
was like,
baby? Do you give a birth?
I mean,
No, you don't.
what does that have to do with
You
anything?
have to provide. You have to give security to the baby.
Yeah, but you're assuming that providing security for the baby is easy.
It's not
I'm
easy.
not saying this. I'm not saying this.
It takes.
The question was if it's harder for men or for women. My opinion is harder for women, but I didn't say it's easy for men.
I think you guys
by
are
definition of you saying that it's harder for women means it's easier for
It's
men.
harder for women, but it's not easy for men. I didn't say that. It's also hard for men, but I mean, in my opinion, it's harder for women.
Because women give birth.
That's the only thing you understand from everything I told
That was
you.
your main point you just said.
Yeah.
That was literally just your main point just now.
That's my point.
Because your other points, I debunked them.
No,
Because you made the argument about age, and I was like, well, at least you get your money up front.
No.
Yeah, she's coming with a vengeance, bro.
That's what you literally said.
Bro, she pointed out.
Hey, we're not Ukraine, okay? Too soon?
Yeah.
Too soon? Okay, sorry. My bad.
All right. Well, I don't think you proved your point, but that's okay if you think you did.
Cool.
Because giving birth, I mean, come on, is that really
Why are you smiling?
I'm just saying that everybody has their role. You know, man has some role. He has to be provider for women.
Yeah.
And woman has also some role, you know. And I just think, in my opinion, that woman's role is harder than men's role. Do you understand? But I didn't say men's role is easy.
Yeah, but I think a men's role is way harder than a woman's role.
Okay, I respect your opinion.
That's I mean, when you look at the numbers, it's pretty much a fact. It's not even an opinion. But what about you? Who else? Somebody else said what man's life is easier than a woman's.
I think men's life is easier
Why?
than women's, just in terms of free will. Like, I feel like when, the gender roles and the gender norms, I feel like there's a lot of more pressure and standards put on women in terms of when a men, like, such as, let's say, how you act, how you dress, how you talk to people, how you're supposed to carry yourself so you won't be perceived as something,
Okay.
what you do can affect your family. How you act can affect your family, and it's more impactful because they're going to say, like, who raised you? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it'll fall back more on your image than a boy. They'll be like, oh, that's just a boy. Boys, have tendencies like that. It's more like I feel like boys are like, it's easier for them to get away with certain things, especially when growing up. And I feel such as, let's say, a lot of partners, free partners, like, they'll get away with, I won't say get away with. I feel like it's just easier for them.
Is it easy for a man to get a lot of partners, though?
Yes. Yeah, I feel like
Really?
people don't understand that. Like, you can even pay for it if you want. It's not impossible to get a partner. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, everybody's going to be attracted to everybody.
Really?
Not everybody's going to be like everybody. Somebody likes you. You know what I'm trying to say?
Really?
You're not going to be.
Somebody likes you.
Somebody in this world likes you. It's
You
too
really
many
think so?
people on earth for nobody to like you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like most of the guys that approach you?
Do I like most of the guys that approach me?
Yeah.
50%, I'll say.
50%? Okay. So you pick 50% of the guys that come up to you?
I wouldn't say pick, but I talk to 50%.
That's a high number.
Yeah, but what percent do you actually like hook up with then? Of all the guys that approach you, what percent do you think you actually hook up with?
A small percentage.
Okay. So what if I told you, like, you and